welcome back to the channel. Uh, I just want to say that we did it. We won the election by a landslide. We not only did we take the presidency, we took the House and the Senate. Now it's time to start making America great and doing everything we promised. Uh, Mr. Trump, I do not feel that you're out of danger. The globalists, ain't gonna give up. They're not just gonna lay down. So please surround yourself with the very best people that you can surround yourself with for security. There's been a lot of promises made. We need to hold them accountable. It's not time for the Republican Party to get up there and say, well, we want to, work with everybody like they do every time and then accomplish nothing. Okay, Mr. Trump, open that Keystone Pipeline up. Right off the bat, you're going to put 20, 30,000 people to work. And I'm talking about good paying jobs. Look into the steel industry, look into the auto industry. Bring the jobs back to America. That's the only way America will be great again. Look at the school systems and make them teach subjects, not foolishness and nonsense. Okay. As far as abortions, if he wants to put that back to the states, that's fine. But why can't we sit down and use common sense and discuss abortions? I do not think abortion should be used as birth control. I'm sorry, I don't. And, if it's a medical emergency that the mother or the baby is in danger, okay. If it's rape, incest, something like that, I can see that. But just because you went out Saturday night and, got careless or, acted foolish, I'm sorry. It's not a means of birth control. And I know it's your body, your choice. Do that in the bedroom, not in the abortion office. If you don't like that, just go ahead and unsubscribe, put the thumbs down, whatever. Blow the comment section up. But, okay, Mr. Trump, you need to start right now getting a hold to Putin, to China, to, all these world leaders and start sitting down with them so when you go into office, they know what to expect. And let's see if we can't get these endless wars stopped. And you have the ability to do it. You've done it before. But let's don't let somebody else withdraw our troops because we see how catastrophic that was before. Everybody that got voted in on the Senate and the House, get behind your president. Okay, if he is working, trying to make America better, let's do that. If he wants to cut taxes or make a flat tax, I could see a flat tax working. Okay, instead of charging the poor people 34, 36%, and the rich people gets 1%, I know it means more money. But why don't we do a flat tax? Everybody pays 7, 8, whatever percent, and let that be the end of it. And you can do it at the IRS and everything if everybody paid the same amount. And if you've done a flat tax and let that be what runs the government cannot go up and say, well, now we need to raise taxes. We need more money. Okay. And stop all this lobbying. Okay. If you accept a seat in the House or Senate, that's not made for you to become a multi-billionaire selling your vote or, run like a fish. Okay, do away with all that. There is a set pay for you to sit on the House and Senate and, stuff like that. That's what you get. And if they should be an investigation if you're sitting there and let's say you're making $100,000 a year, and all of a sudden you've got $5.5 million in your checking account one year, you'll be investigated. And if you are found doing things that's unethical, out you go. I don't think they'll ever get a term limit because that'd be like, asking you, should you only be able to work your job so long? Okay, politicians are politicians, and they're not going to sign up for a term limit. Let's just be honest. But we can make rules, we can make regulations on them like it should be, and then they may not want to be in office for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? 30 years or a lifetime. Hold them accountable. If your representatives, if your state and your tax dollars and stuff's being wasted, hold your representatives accountable. Go in and, you can request a budget review. Okay, if you see that they're budgeting things that should not be budgeted, make a point to make that thing go away. We can make America great. We was the greatest country on earth. And this could be the honest time we can turn everything around. Okay. We have been under the media, that legacy of the media. When I was growing up, you turned on whatever your local channel was, and if they said, boy, this is a good candidate, and this no hero, he's trouble, he's not much, they would sway your vote. But now with social media being used, it's hard to do that. People can actually get online and look for themselves. You can Google anything. And I hope it's the end of the Biden, Obama, Clinton era. I hope all this gets just swept away. And, if the Democrat Party would look inside of itself and do away with that, mess there, you could actually have a good party again and focus on jobs, focus on the American people, focus on the stuff you used to focus on. Okay, don't let it destroy it. Don't let the people that's looking to destroy America be the ones that's in control of the Democrat Party. If they're all about open borders and stuff like that, they don't need to be in office. Okay, we have an immigration system. Come in, become a citizen, work, pay taxes, become an American citizen. Okay, it's not come in and it's a free for all. I don't think that we'll see a door-to-door investigation of every immigrant that's made across the border. But I'll tell you this, if they're arrested and they're committing crimes that's not allowed here in the United States, when you get them in custody, put them back out. Because they have no concern about our laws or anything else. If you rape or molest or, whatever, a small child, or you go out and you kill a woman or a man, out. Okay? If there is good people that come across that border that's willing to work and willing to, do what they're supposed to, hey, have them a way to reach out and say, look, I want to be an American citizen. I want a job. I want to get my citizenship and stuff like that. Okay, open them channels up to where they can become American citizens. But this just pouring people in this country, we don't know who they are. Okay, and I'm going to say this. Okay, preppers, just everybody, don't let your guard down. You don't know what's about to happen. And the way Kamala Harris walked off stage and wouldn't even speak to her people, man, that was shameful. That tells you right there what she thinks of you. And, is there going to be a revenge? It's very possible. We've seen it last time Trump got elected. They called for people to go out and riot and, stuff like that. Well, they may do it again. Don't let your guards down. If you carry a personal protection, I'd keep it close in case you get caught up in a situation that you can't get out of. But it's time for the Republican Party to actually do what they say. We get promised all this stuff every time. Okay, and then when Republicans get up there, it's like stalemate. They don't do nothing. There's no reason this time. Okay, get rid of the people that's stopping the Republican Party from doing what it needs to do. Show them that we are still a strong party. You've seen we took by landslide most everything. Now do something. I used to be a strong Democrat when Democrats was about unions and helping the farmers and stuff like that. I was right there every bit of the way. But here lately, that's not what they're about. And it's like the Democrats get in, they just push their agenda, and then we get Republicans in office, and it's like, well, it's okay. It's okay. Then they don't do nothing. Then the Democrats get back in office, and it's push. Okay, let's show them that the Republican Party is still something. And, Mr. Trump, I'll say it again. Set together the people that can put the economy back together, that can drop interest rates. You want to get money coming in the United States, get jobs back into the United States. Bring back the industry, bring back the auto industry. There has to be a way to do that. Bring back farming to America. Bring back the logging industry. The logging industry is gone. Okay, that's tens of thousands of people out of work. Okay, let's put America back to work. Okay, when you put everybody back to work, money flows like water. And then you ain't in the situation where you don't have the money to pay your bills and stuff. You can't put people out of work, then wonder why they can't pay their bills. It's time to. No, I'm not. I mean, I understand McDonald's and I understand Hardee's and all these. They consider low paying jobs. Okay. When I was a teenager, even as an adult, I worked as Wendy's. I worked at Burger King and everything else. Okay, they have a place, and you can't you can't be married and have 3 or 4 kids and supply a family off what you make there, unless you're in the management position and stuff. But kids that's in college and high school and stuff, man, that was the thing. If you get a job like that, you had enough money to make it. But we need jobs that's paying, a livable wage, and that's the oil industry, the logging industry. Bring all that back. And I know everybody's saying, well, we got China mad at us, they're not taking logs and stuff like that. Okay, why ain't we got sawmills and chip mills and stuff set up here? Don't sell them logs, sell them boards. Make it where, it's worth more. There has to be a way to bring these jobs back. Set the people that know how and in charge of it and let them get to work. When it comes to taxes, get the people in there that knows how to do the taxes, handle taxes, and how to work it to where everybody don't feel like they're being, shanghaied. You take, honestly, American, the lower class, we're going to call us the poor, the low class, whatever. You go out and let's say you get a job making $10 an hour, 40 hours a week, that's $400. Okay, when the government steps in and takes 150 of that, okay, that don't leave a lot to pay your bills with. Okay, if the government come in and took 40 of that, that'd leave you enough money that you could, kind of pay your bills. And there's going to have to be tax breaks for the lower pay people. Okay, Social Security, I live on it. Trust me. it's not livable right now with inflation and stuff the way it is. I go to the store and what I used to get for $100, now it's 300. Okay, you robbing Peter to pay Paul, then you're borrowing from Sam to pay Peter back. And when it comes down times where you're looking and saying, "Can I afford my medicine? Can I afford groceries?" I got a grandbaby coming up with a birthday. How am I going to get a present for it? Stuff like that. Man, it's hard. Okay, you get out here and you make a dime, and they'll take it out of your check. Okay, I know when you're disabled, you're not supposed to work, and I understand that. I'm not able to work. You can watch my videos. I do work. I do piddling around here at the house, and I build a few little building stuff. But there's no way a man can hire me to work me 40 hours a week. But I'd like to make enough to live. Where during Christmas and stuff, I'm not selling stuff to be able to, and people do it every year. It's not just me. People do it every year. They sell off their stuff to be able to buy grandbabies and their kids presents, to be able to put enough food on the table to where, I know people took loans to be able to go get Thanksgiving, Christmas, and stuff like that, just get through the holidays. Or they got to put it on a credit card and pay a high interest rate just to be able to give their family a decent Christmas or Thanksgiving. People, it shouldn't be like that in America. It should not. Okay. I am praying that Donald Trump will step up and be the man he can be. Stop the pettiness, all this. Oh, she called me ugly. Nah. Okay. I think you have the ability to be a great man. But I also think that you have a childish personality. And, stop letting little things rub you, man. Okay? You don't have to fight everybody that comes. Pick your battles. And the ones that's not worth fighting, brush them to the side, and you'll learn they'll go away. If you got somebody that's always just pick, just ignore them. They'll go away. Then they're insignificant, and it doesn't matter anymore. I do believe that he needs to get into this world and get, he's got a lot of pull in a lot of places in this world. And I believe he can put a stop to these wars, and then, we can stop spending trillions of dollars out in the other countries. And the place like down here in North Carolina, where they had all them floods, we give them $750. That's the most pitiful thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, all these people in churches and just citizens poured stuff into them. That's the only reason they made it. Okay, it's time to look at FEMA and find out where the hole is in that bathtub. Okay, it's time to look at the FEMA directors and stuff and say, what is going on? Why is it that you can't do no more and fix that problem? Okay, when we have a natural disaster in other countries, man, we just, here's millions and trillions to help yourself. But when it comes to our country, it's like, oh, we're supposed to do something? Okay, it took FEMA forever to even show up. They was done truckloads of stuff going in North Carolina. And people hadn't started asking where's FEMA. I don't know that it showed up. And all you hear is FEMA's broke. Okay, Social Security's broke. Medicare's broke. But the welfare programs ain't broke. Okay, it's time to take a hard look at this country and find out where the holes are, and let's plug them up. Because as much taxes and stuff is paid into this country, think about it. When you get your paycheck, you get taxed. When you buy something, you get taxed. When you own something, you get taxed. The taxes never end. But for some reason, we're always broke. I like to just know what the tax base is on food, gas, owning land. I pay taxes every year just because I own this little piece of land. I pay taxes because I own a truck. How much does all this add up to? And why ain't that enough? Okay, and it start at the level down here, start at the county. Start at the city, the county levels, and work your way up to state, right on up, and figure out where is the bleed. It's Summers. Okay, and plug those holes. And if you got people sitting in offices that ain't doing nothing but sucking up money, get them out. Okay, it's time we need to restructure America. It needs a complete overhaul. Do I think it be done in 4 years? No, but we can make a mighty good start on it. But it takes the first person stepping up and starting to work. And, we need to put an end to a lot of this. Mr. Trump, first thing you need to do is close that border. Close it tight. That way we can start handling what's already here. I'm not saying catch every immigrant across the border and throw them out. If they're willing to work, give them a year. Tell them, okay, we're going to help you. Don't give them $4,000 and seniors living on $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a month. That's nonsense. Okay, when you got people down here that's living on, let's say, I don't know what food stamps is, $120, $130 a month, might be more, I don't know. And they're getting $400 a month? Really? Okay, start drawing that back. Let them have enough to live, but give them enough to incentivize them to get out here and get to work. And I'm not saying, put them in the fields and all this. If they can do construction work, put them to building houses. If they can build skyscrapers, put them to building. If they can do repair work on cars and stuff, put them to work as mechanics. Okay, I'm not saying be mean to these people. I'm saying put them to work. Okay, because I'll be honest with you, these teenage kids today, they don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. Okay, it don't matter. The pay ain't what it is. It's not that the jobs are hard. They can have a job paying $20 an hour, walking around chewing bubble gum. Now, my job's or I'm quitting. Okay, you sit yourself just like I do. Okay, and parents, it's time to tell your kids, grow up. Okay, it's time for them to start. How are you ever going to retire when you're supporting your children for the rest of their lives? Think about that. Are you really willing to? What happens after you die? Who takes care of them then? The government? It's time for these kids to get up and go to work. Okay, there's jobs out there. You see help wanted signs all the time, and nobody's fulfilling those jobs. That's because the immigrants that come in, they don't need to. The kids in America today, they don't want to. And their parents are like, it's okay, baby, get all right to mommy will give you money, daddy will pay your way. Well, that's fine. But what happens when, okay, I'm 53-year-old. I just could not afford to support a child. Not his car and everything else. Okay, my kids had to go to work. But back to the subject, we got the presidency, House, and Senate. It's time to make changes. And we've got enough now to where when you get those little butterflies that want to float off to the Democrats, we can still get stuff passed. Okay. Incentivize, cut taxes, get the economy going, get the dollar back up where it's supposed to be, and let's make America truly great again. Let's get back in our education system where kids learn. Okay, when I was in school, a kid had to make a 70 to pass. They dropped it down to 50. Now I hear it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1 is your child needs improvement. 2 is your child is showing improvement. 3 is your child is satisfactory, and 4 is your child is, doing really well. No grades. Okay, how in the world? It's just participation trophies. When I was in school, if you won, you got a trophy. Not, oh, you showed up, here's your trophy. Okay, people, you see how this is working? Everybody wants to sit on their butt. Where's my trophy? Where's my money? Where's my life? Why don't you give me? It ain't working. Parents start at home. Start letting, and the people that looked into these senators and congressmen and state representatives and stuff, start looking at them. Find out where all this money's going, and let's start plugging holes. If we plug enough holes, we can pay our deficit easy. But Mr. Trump, don't wait till it's time for you to be sworn in and do something. Start today. But please do be careful, because I do not believe the threat to you is over. And, surround yourself with the best. Don't take foolish risks. I know you think you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, but, God spared your life. Okay. And it also says, don't tempt me. Don't tempt thy Lord thy God. If you really believe what you said about you believe that God spared your life for a reason, remember, he said, don't tempt thy Lord thy God, because next time you may not turn at the last second. Okay, Mr. Trump, be careful. I'm glad you won the election. I'm glad we took the House and Senate. It sickens me that the state of Virginia went blue. That's where I'm from. But if you'll look, 80% of the state of Virginia was red. Just a mighty few counties were blue. And I think it's sick that 7-8 counties counts more than the rest of the state. I don't know if we need to go to a popular vote or an electoral vote, but when you got 7-8 counties, that means more than a state, or 5 states. That means more than what the rest of the United States means. There is something wrong. Okay, we need to look at this election thing too, and figure out how can we make this where my vote counts the same as everybody else's vote. How your vote counts the same as mine, mine counts the same as yours. Well, I want to say congratulations. I was so nervous about going to bed last night, because I just know when I woke up it was going to be the other way around. But man, I'll tell you, when I woke up, preppers, keep prepping. We got 4 years right now. It might be breathable. And again, all the foolishness may start back up, and we have to deal with that. People, it's time to take a sigh of relief. Breathe in deep, or give yourself a good sigh, and let's get back to work. It's time to get back to work. And if the people that voted for Kamala, however you say her name, the way she just walked off and didn't say, give a speech saying she appreciated you, that, all your hard work did not go to waste, that, how selfish that she could not make a speech. I understand she might have been upset. Okay. But still, that tells you what little she thinks of you. And if you think that the Obamas, the Bidens, the Harrises, and all this, the Clintons and them is just going to fade away easily, no. But it's time to, start working on them. All righty, I'm gonna jump off here. It's been about 30 minutes long. I'm gonna say have a good day, have a blessed day, be good to each other, help each other, and let's start making America great again, neighborhood at a time, state at a time, and so forth. All right, y'all have a good one. Oh.